Hello, it's Ruby, and today I am going to be sharing another story time video with you. This is one of my favourite stories because it's so heartwarming and it reminds me every time I think of it of the importance of kindness and how grateful I am for my family and what they have done for me and how much they put themselves out to care for me. At first the story is just going to seem really, you know, same old, any little kid can lose their soft toy, but wait for the end because it's how I found her which is the most heartwarming. So little kids have favourite soft toys, and my mum had always wanted for me to have a soft toy rabbit actually, because she loved the idea of me holding the rabbit by the ear and trailing down the stairs. I think that's exactly what happens in Alice in Wonderland. One day she came home with a soft toy rabbit and a soft toy cat, and the cat was a present for her goddaughter. However, when 2-year-old me saw this cat, I just went, no, this is my favourite soft toy, and I refused to let it go, and in the end she gave me the cat and my god sister the rabbit, and I fell in love with this cat. I called her Meower and she was my favourite soft toy. I slept with her every night. I think it's true and I think it's accurate for us to say that our soft toys in childhood can be our best friends, and I loved Meower. I loved her. And then I lost her. So I brought her everywhere with me, and when I was 7 we went to Australia, which was incredible, one of the best holidays of my life, and I decided to obviously bring quite a few soft toys with me because I was 7 and I loved soft toys. One of them that I brought was obviously Meower because I couldn't sleep without her. She travelled around the whole of Australia with me, and then when we were staying at our very last hotel in Sydney, we came back to the hotel room one night and Meower was gone. We came back and she wasn't there and we couldn't find her anywhere. And so obviously we're thinking, well, did we bring her out with us? Where is she? What happened to her? We called up housekeeping and we asked whether it had maybe got caught up in the laundry from when they changed the sheets. It came back as a no, they couldn't find her. So 7-year-old me was devastated and I was crying. I was so upset. My dad decided that we were going to try our very best to find her. So we decided to make some posters which we could pin up around Sydney and basically just ask people who might have picked her up by accident if they could bring her back to us. So basically telling them where to go. We made this poster and I actually received a framed copy of this poster for Christmas because my dad found one of them in the loft. So this is the original one as well. So I drew a picture and you can see at the top I wrote lost and then also much loved soft toy here, and then my dad wrote all of this. So I'm going to read you what it says. It says, lost, soft toy cat, much loved soft toy made by Russ. To claim reward, go to Blue Hotel on this harbour. Ask for my dad. If we have left for England, please ask the hotel to contact us. And then my dad also put his email address. So we made one of these up. Then my dad went and got, I think, 100 of them photocopied in the hotel copy room, and we went around Sydney, the kind of Sydney harbour area, and we put up posters asking if anyone had found the cat. Kind of looking back now, I think, you know, how likely is it that somebody would have, I don't know, picked her up and seen the poster? But so kind of now in retrospect, I think my dad mainly maybe did this for me so that I could see that we were kind of really doing as much as we could to find her. But lo and behold, nobody came forward in the few days that we had left in Australia, and so we flew back to England and I did not have my soft toy. I remember being on the plane as we were travelling back and having all of my other soft toys, you know, around me, and leaving a space for Meower because she wasn't there. So when we got back to England, one of the things that my dad did is got a t-shirt made up. This is the t-shirt. This is little me eating desserts with Meower next to me. I think I'm 3 here. 7, 8-year-old me wore this so much, wore this all the time. My dad sold it as a kind of, wear this and then if somebody recognises the cat in the photo, they might have seen the cat and they might give it back to you. So I thought, oh yeah, that's a very good point. And so I tried to wear it loads so that people would see that I'd lost the cat, but obviously it doesn't actually say anything about lost on here or anything. This is so sad. I remember sitting in Devon and staying in a cottage, and I remember sitting in the room and basically singing this little song about Meower and how much I missed her. I just kind of assumed I'm never gonna get her back. But I had one more trump card left to play, because I knew that when Christmas came around, I could write to Father Christmas and ask Santa Claus to bring me back Meower from Australia, because Santa Claus sees everything and he knows everything, so he would know where Meower was. So at the top of my Christmas list I wrote, "Dear Father Christmas, for Christmas please will you bring me back Meower, please will you find Meower." And I sent off my Christmas list and I thought, okay, this is my last chance. If Santa can't find her, I'm never gonna find her, this is it. And then Christmas morning came, and I actually have a clip from Christmas morning which I would like to share with you.
Here goes it's luminous.
She got Meower back for me!
Oh my
Meower! Meower!
Unbelievable!
Oh my god!
Can you believe that?
Has it got scratched eyes? It's got scratched eyes!
Oh my god!
Meower!
How did he find
I don't know, Meower! maybe when he was at Australia, he found it.
Yeah.
It must have been that.
And he flew by Australia.
So yes, Father Christmas had brought me back Meower, and so now indeed I do have Meower back. But that's not the end of the story, because how did Father Christmas get her? My dad didn't tell me this until I was 11. So since Easter, my dad had been looking through eBay, going into charity shops, looking online for places that might sell this soft toy. He called up the company which made it and they discontinued it, and he was looking into providers and seeing if anyone still made this soft toy so that he could get a Meower back. And then eventually my dad found one. Then he kept it a secret for an entire month because Christmas hadn't come yet, and he knew it would be so much more magical for me if he saved it till Christmas Day. So on Christmas morning he wrapped it up, put it in my stocking, and so on Christmas morning I opened up my favourite soft toy. And one other thing which I do need to point out is that, so when I was little I used to, this is really weird, I used to scratch Meower's eyes against the wood floor, and so her eyes were all scratched. There were all of these scratches on her eyes. So the first thing I did when I opened up the toy was look at her eyes to see if it was the real her, and the eyes were scratched, because my parents beforehand had taken her and had scratched her eyes against the floor because they wanted to make sure that I really thought that this was the real one. I think one of the most beautiful things, I mean, I hadn't seen this. I hadn't seen this until I was going through old video footage, and my parents' reaction after I leave the room with Meower is just so lovely.
Yes.
So that is the story of Meower, the story of my favourite soft toy, and how I managed to get her back due to the kindness and the love of my parents. I really love this story, and I love Meower more for that than I would if she were the real one, because it just gives her so much more meaning, the fact that so much went into getting her again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a productive week filled with kindness and love and positivity.